when I found out there is another Lyle Larue out there. I guess he's a high school basketball coach in Tennessee. I wonder what he thinks if he ever Googles his name and then knows about me, a comedian in Minnesota. No, I don't know. I haven't been to Tennessee much. Well, it's on cold nights like these where I wish I still had my pair of corduroy pants, but I threw them out. They were getting ratty. I guess I can just get another pair of JCPenney since I do have some gift cards that family sent me for Christmas. That's what I tell them to get me. I value that over most things because I still need office appropriate outfits. I work nearby at First National Bank building, so that explains the outfit except for the winter boots, of course. Well, it's a very Minnesota thing to shop at Target. I know that I do that because they have many of the things I need. And they have self-checkouts there, and I prefer self-serve at most of the places I'm at. And I'm the type that will talk back to the self-checkout. And when I did that one time, I admitted that to one of the clerks, and she said, well, I do the same thing too. It's like, well, good, I'm not alone. So then hopefully nobody thinks I'm crazy for doing that.
Or you're both crazy.
Yeah. Well, I do have a work spouse. I know some people aren't quite sure what that is, but it's just somebody that I seem to click with at work where we understand each other. And she's really good to know with office supplies. Or I said to her, I need tape for the dispenser in the file room. I basically do records management, even though they call it a vault. And I said, I couldn't find anything in the supply cabinets. And I figured she might, and yes, she did. And I don't bother to question her when she finds things. I'm just thankful that she does. And I'm old enough to remember the TV show Facts of Life. And I remember a character named Joe on there at one time being questioned about that. How'd you get beer? I got beer. And when my work spouse did that, I referred to that TV show. And that's all she said to me about finding the tape was, I got beer. Yeah, when I call for her, I say, yo, Ann. So then she knows that I'm in need of something. It's kind of like the Rocky movies with Rocky saying, yo, Adrian. What's really weird was my work spouse now has a real spouse, and it's somebody in our office. So I have to think about that a little. It's like, can she still be my work spouse? It's like, yeah, I'm keeping her on that one.
You're a work Mormon. Oh.
I really don't like who her real spouse is. He just rubs me the wrong way, even though we like the same pro football team. I find out that doesn't mean I'm going to be friends with somebody just because we root for the same teams. That just is. Some of the things I have to deal with when I'm getting to shows is sometimes there are delays on transit. Like taking a light rail one time where we had to put on a shuttle bus, and this was just over a week ago. And I really liked what somebody had to say about being on the shuttle bus, where I guess somebody was giving us trouble where they were by the back door, and I guess that was setting off sensors and we couldn't get anywhere. And then another rider finally said, stay away from the back door. It's called following directions. You learned that back in kindergarten. It's like, yeah, I'm with you on this one, lady, because I want to get somewhere just like everyone else. I'm the type that's considered rude because I don't hold the doors open on the elevators. Well, I used to live in suburban Chicago. I know that just like the trains in Chicago, eventually you'll see another train. Oh, well, I take the bus to and from work. It works out really well for me. I really don't miss driving on most days. But I still see a lot of weird people on the bus. And I like having a backpack to put my work ID in and my bus pass, so then when I need to pick up and go, it's always there. And I have a Snoopy backpack that I got at Target, probably meant for a kid. And somebody said one time, is this your son's backpack? It's like, no, I don't have any kids, it's fine. You never get too old for Snoopy. Well, I often see somebody that I call Dinosaur Lady because she has a lot of dinosaur souvenirs like those hard plastic keychains in the shape of dinosaurs. And then I found out that she had T-Rex backpack. It's like, all right, now I don't have the weirdest backpack anymore. Yay, thank you. I guess she also had a winter hat that said Sue on it. I know that was a dinosaur exhibit at the Field Museum in Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah, she's really all out with the dinosaurs. I guess some people never grew out of that. I thought that was mostly a kid thing. But, well, I don't question that. She leaves me alone, so she's fine with me. There actually probably are weirder people than her on the bus. There are times where I see a lady that will talk to herself. And it's like, well, she either is crazy or wants people to think that she is, so then they leave her alone. It's like, well, either way, I'm leaving her alone. What? So what? That's how she's answering herself all the time. I saw my college roommate for the first time in over 3 years, even though we lived in the same metro area. Just over a week ago, we lunched at the Mall of America. And I told him how in the past year that my two favorite sayings become, thanks for the warning, and I've had enough. And he had the perfect answer of why that I couldn't think of on my own. He said, when you get older, your tolerance for stupid is lower. It's like, now that makes sense to me. He's the same one that had an answer for me that I couldn't think of on my own about having a lot of friends in the comedy circuit. He said, because you come to their shows and laugh. It's like, well, duh, I guess it can be that simple, isn't it? Want to make a friend, be one. Yeah, I internet date. No, it's not going well. But I still have a lot of weird stories from it. Like one of the most recent, I reported the profile because it was said in the text that it was a man, even though the pictures were ladies. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't add up. And then it doesn't have any sexual diseases either. It's like, yeah, I don't know why you're putting that in there either. It makes me wonder why you do. Well, I think that'll do it for me. Thank you. You've all been great.